telling the funniest part is that we haven't even actually like moved over screens. The encoder just got overloaded from us starting stream. Honestly, kind of based. Although it's still running.
Shouldn't be too bad. Alright. Let's... Oh, wait, are you ready? Because this is going to be fairly involved.
Yes, darling. First off. On middle midnight show. Alright, darling, explain what we're doing.
So Yuki wants me to go through with her and work on playing with the Ren'Py to make this VN that I told her about.
Darling, it was a really cool idea. So, child, what Darling came up with is that she wants to make a VN where, like, your choices matter, and it's about dysphoria.
Yes. Anyway, you don't even know how we can get it to work in Python because the only person that knows Python is currently asleep. Dr. Jack is not available to help.
And you're not allowed to use the cognito engines either, darling. You gotta do it by hand. Like a real woman, you got this, I believe in you. You are a real woman, you can code by yourself. You got this, darling. You don't need AI assistance. Although I will be double-checking your code with maybe, I don't know.
Are you just... Ow! Ow! Alright, anyway. Cancel. Space. So yeah, this is this over here is gonna be Zed, which is our coding editor, and this is Ren'Py. So let's start the project. Did it start the project? Oh, there it goes. So this is the project. These are the files for this project. It should be... Yeah. And then... I'm guessing the script file is important.
You know, darling, I think the script file is actually like all the interactions in the VN.
Okay, and then screens are just the screens, all the different choices. Display dialogue takes two parameters, which are the name of the speaking character and the character displayed. The who parameter can be none if no name is given. Okay. Let's try this. What in the goddamn?
you, Sterling. The best thing about Ren'Py is that it's American. Oh. There's a menu. These are all the screens and stuff.
Indeed, should have find where we are. We'll show you many features so you can see what Ren'Py is capable of. Where would you like to start? Let's try player experience. It's always played more than a few visual novels. There are many features that I expect all games to have. Okay. Features like saving, loading, changing preferences, and so on. One of the nice things about Ren'Py is that the game engine provides many of these features for you. You can spend your time creating your game and let us provide these things. While you're in the game, you can access the game menu by right-clicking or hitting the escape menu. Is that going to be here in the screen menu? Default, choice screen, style screen, quick menu. Lightning game mode, the player management in the interface. Location, main menu, prefix main menu, add GUI main menu background. Is that imported somewhere? Let's see. Other import widgets. Or imports. Ah! This is how you import stuff. Style bar, size bar menu, right size bar frame is this path to this particular image, GUI.bars underscore borders, and then tile equals GUI bar title. And this scroll bar is bar PNG, base bar. I'm assuming the slider is this. Some of the quick menu buttons at the bottom of this screen. Save screen, clicking on numbered slot. Save game. Unlike other engines, Ren'Py doesn't limit the number of save slots that you can use. You can keep hitting next until you reach the next page you want. Clicking on the title of the page allows you to start typing to change the page name. The load screen looks similar to the save screen and lets you load a game from a save slot. Also lets you load one of the autosaves that Ren'Py makes for you. Okay, so they handle saving logic. Game menu also has preference screen, yep. There's auto replay skips, control text speed and auto click speed, and adjust sound, music, and voice volumes. The game menu also lets you end the game and return to the main menu or quit Ren'Py entirely. While the default game menus look a bit generic, with a little work can be customized or even entirely replaced. Game menus is as unique as your game. Inside the game, there are a few more things you can do. When I'm liking a visual novel, I want to see all the endings. Ren'Py skip function lets me easily do this by skipping the text I've already seen. I can skip a few lines by holding down Control, or I can toggle skip by clicking the skip button at the bottom of the screen. By default, we only skip red text, so this won't do anything the first time through the game. Clicking the auto button toggles auto forward mode, which makes the game advance without you clicking. The Q save and Q load buttons provide a signal, or provide a single click way to make the save and fast load the game again. So quick load and quick save. S key saves from the disk. History button displays a history of the red text. You can also use scroll back, which is usually easier. And the back button controlling also creating the page key that will give you the previous screen. On board the menu, make the same choice you did last time, but you don't have to do that. Revise rollback system allows you to make a different choice. You can try it now by rolling back through the last menu and saying no. By allowing Ren'Py to take care of out-game issues like loading and saving, you can focus on making your game while still leaving the players the experience they've come to expect when playing visual novels. Okay.
So you should give her a really annoying voice and just be like, fire! Well, let me explain how to use games!
It did kind of sound like she was trying to explain how to make what games are like, creating game. Are you ready to use Ren'Py to create original novels? First up is to create a new project. Yep. Create a new project. I can create a new project. Yep. First I'm using Ren'Py for ask you for a place you want to create projects. The best place is always somewhere that's readily active. After that, Ren'Py will ask for a name for your project. You'll have to stick to English letters and numbers. The zip files can't handle anything more than that. Next thing Ren'Py will ask for is the resolution the visual novel will run at. This changes how large or small you'll have to make your game's artwork. With color scheme, you can change this after the game has been created, so just pick a color that's pleasing. Once it's done, Ren'Py will work for a bit and return to the main menu with the new project selected. Once you're ready to start your new game, get back there, you can choose this tutorial game. The game scripts to make changes. To do that, click script.py on the front page of the launcher. If this is your first time doing so, Ren'Py is just like a text editor. Atom might be a safe choice, but we're using Z. I can give you changes to the characters are saying. Writing dialogue. Let's see how we present script examples. When an example is bigger than the screen, you can scroll down using the mouse, simply dragging. Or just easy to match up what I'm saying. At least simplest possible Ren'Py game.
Wow, it's really dark in here. Better watch out, you don't want to be eaten by a gooooooo.
Okay, so there's no character, so it doesn't give a name, and then the name. Demonstrates sequence of Ren'Py statements, labels, and say statements. First line is a label statement. The label statement is used to give a name to a place in the program. Place start. Start label specializes and marks the place the game begins running. Next line is a simple say statement. Where is this?
Ellie, are you looking for the writing part?
Yes. Simple. Ah, okay. Tutorial playing.r5. So it loads the script from somewhere. Tutorial playing. Okay. Distribute. Oh, I think this is just sound effects. Orders, history, information.
Darling, I think a lot of it is already made for you. You just gotta write the part and then make the art. Then we gotta implement that thing you want to do.
Somehow. Still trying to figure out how to do that. That's more of a Jack question than a us question.
Hey, darling, it's probably really easy. You just gotta make like a matrix or something. And then use like pandas and then have like a random number.
That sounds way too complicated. I think Jack did tell us how to do this. But, that's cool. Anyway, next line is a simple say statement. Consists of a string beginning with a double quote and ending at the next double quote. Character strings can be escaped with a backslash. To include this in a string, we have to write this.
Wow, it's really dark in here.
When Ren'Py sees a single string by itself, uses the narrator to say that thing. So a single string can be used to express a character's thoughts. Watch out, you don't want to be eaten by a grue. We have two strings separated by a space. The first is just the character's name, and the second is what the character is saying. This two-argument form of the say statement is used for dialogue where a character is speaking out loud. If you'd like, you can run this game yourself by erasing everything in your project's script.rpy file and put some code in the box above. Ooh, okay, so script does have the script in it. Title of the sections should be translated as string. Def init self and title variable self kind equals section. Self and title equals title. Tutorials.append self. Tutorial class of an object represents a label we can jump to. Def init self label title move equals true if move.
So you gotta remember, people can't read it because it's so small. Kinda like you.
Sorry. Okay, there. Sure, so here's what I was reading. Accessorial object. This is level jump to. Define it. Self-label title. Move with the string self-kind. If it's an if statement, else statement. Tutorial will define itself. Section, quick start, tutorial. Okay, so these are all the different sections it shows, which is the menu. Display, position, and transforms. So, GUI customization. Next button equals that's enough for now. Oh, here we go. True if this is this first time through the tutorials. Default tutorials first time equals true. The game starts here. So begin start, label start, end start, scene, background, show Eileen with dissolve. Okay, so this is all the things she's already said. Oh, whoa. Thank you.
Of course, darling. Of course.
Mm-hmm. Script the RPywell. Be sure to preserve the spacing before the lines. Indentation, keep it from realize above the blocks. Okay, so we need indentation is important. It's just like Python. Okay, so name is inconvenient for two reasons. While typing Lucy isn't so bad, imagine if we type Eileen Richardson thousands of times. Second is that it doesn't leave any place to put styling, which can change the look of a character. Ren'Py lets you define characters. Here's an example word define that tells Ren'Py we're defining something. Aha, right here. Define E equals character Eileen. And the first line of the character's name is given to be Lucy and her name will be drawn with a reddish character color. So we have to use the hex value for color as a styling tip. Names are case sensitive. Capital L is a different name than lowercase l, so you'll need to be careful about that. Now we'll have a character defined. We can use it to say dialogue.
Why are you trying to put words into my mouth? And who are you calling it? What's more, what are you going to do about the groove problem? Are you just trying to leave me here?
Here's the full game, indicating the new lines of dialogue, both of which use a character defined to say the language. We defined to say dialogue, okay. The one argument form of the say statement is unchanged, but in the two argument form, instead of the first string, we can use a short name. So we got 26 letters and then another 26 letters in the lowercase. When the say statement is run, Ren'Py will look up the short name, which is really a Python variable. It will then use the associated character to show the dialogue. Local visual, we try to make it as easy to write as possible. Hopefully by allowing the use of short names for characters, we succeeded. Adding images. A visual novel isn't much without images, so let's add images to our little game. Before we can show images, we must first choose image names and place the image files into the images directory. An image name is something like VG Cave or Lucy Happy with one or more parts separated by spaces. First start with the lowercase letter and then contain lowercase letters, numbers, and underscores. The first part of an image called... I'm sorry.
Oh, you really didn't like that ragtime music, did you?
If a music is going to loop, it shouldn't be annoying. Alright, anyway.
Such a good girl.
The physical tag for the VGK, the tag is VG, while the Lucy Happy, the tag is Lucy. You can open the image directory by clicking the appropriate button in the Ren'Py launcher, or in Z. Go here. There you go. Boom! Eileen. Oh my god, there's concert images in here.
Very cool.
Indeed.
Is this music annoying?
No, it's actually a little bit better. Anyway, alright. Files and image directory should have the same name as the image, followed by an extension like JPEG, PNG, or WPE. Example uses bgk.jpg, Lucy happy, and Lucy mad. What does it look like in the game? No, the lights are on. We don't have to worry about goooooos anymore. But what's the deal with me being in a cave? Eileen gets to be out in the sun, and I'm stuck here. Here's the script for that scene. This includes 2 new statements. The scene and show statement. Label start. Scene, background cave, show, Lucy happy. Lucy, now that the lights are on, we don't have to worry about goooooos anymore. Show Lucy mad at right. Scene statement clears the screen and then add the background image. Show statement adds a new image on top of all the other images on screen. There's actually already an image in the same tag. The new image is used to replace the old one. Changes to the list of shown images take place instantly, so in the example, the user won't see the background by itself. Second show statement has an at clause, which gives a location on the screen. Common locations are left, right, and center, but you can define many more, like upside down or whatever.
Oh, hey, darling Kim, we have images upside down?
Yeah. This is we show an image named logo base at right-ish behind Eileen. So this should be shown behind another image, in this case Eileen. That's me! Hide logo. So hide statement, which hides the images with a given tag. Statement places an image and the scene shows statement clears the scene. It's pretty rare to hide an image. The main uses for when a character properly uses before the scene is over. It can be somewhat jarring for the game to jump from place to place. To take some edge off of a change in scene, Ren'Py supports the use of transitions. Let's try that scene change again, but this time we'll use transitions. Much smoother. Here's the example code showing how we include transitions in our game. BG White House with dissolve 0.5, pause 0.5, scene, background, Eileen happy, dissolve 0.5. Uses the with statement. Statement causes the scene transition from the last thing shown to the things currently being shown. It takes the transition as an argument. In this case, we're using the dissolve transition. This transition should take as an takes an argument. The amount of time the dissolve should take, so 0.5 seconds, a half a second. You can define a short name for the transition using the dissolve define statement. Here, we're defining slow dissolve to be a dissolve that takes a whole second. Slow dissolve. In short name, we can use it in our game. Ren'Py defines some transitions for you, like dissolve, fade, and move. For more complex or customized transitions, you'll have to define your own. Music and sound effects. The import of a visual novel or simulation game is the soundtrack. Ren'Py breaks the sound up into channels. The channel the sound is played on determines if the game sound loops and if it's saved and restored the game. When the sound is played on the music channel, it is looped and it's saved when the game is saved. And say the sound themselves are in audio files. Ren'Py supports Opus, OGG, Vorbis, and MP3. The play music command replaces the currently playing music and replaces it with a name file name. You're supposed to the currently song ever restart it. the optional fade out clause is given, it will fade out the currently playing music before starting new music. The queue statement adds music to the music channel or the name channel, but it waits until the currently playing song is finished before playing the new music. Third statement is the stop statement. It stops the music playing on the channel. It too takes the fade out clause. Unlike the music channel, playing a sound on the sound channel causes it to play only once. You can queue up multiple sounds on the sound channel, but the sound will only play one at a time. Ren'Py has separate mixtures for sound, music, and voices, so the player can adjust them as they like. Okay. Choices in Python. Many visual novels require the change to make from in-game menus. These choices can add some challenge to the game or adjust the player's preferences. Do you like to play visual novels with choices in them? Yes. While creating a multi-path visual novel can be a bit more work, it can yield a unique experience. Here you can see the code for that menu. If you scroll down, you can see the code we run after the menu. Games without menus are called kinetic novels, and there are dozens of them available to play. Menus are introduced by the menu statement. The menu statement takes an independent indented block in which there can be one line of dialogue and multiple choices. Each choice must end with a colon, and each choice has its own block of run code that is run when the choice is selected. So it's an if statement. Okay. Here, each block jumps to a label. While you could put small amounts of Ren'Py code inside a menu label, it's probably good practice to usually jump to a bigger block of code. Scrolling down past the menu, you can see the labels that the menu jumps to. There are 3 labels here named Choice 1, Choice 1, and Choice 1 Done. The first menu is picked. We jump to Choice 1 when it runs 2 lines before jumping to Choice 1 Done. Similarly, the second choice jumps us to Choice 1 No, which also runs 2 lines of script. The lines beginning with the $sign are lines of Python code. Okay. Instead of flag based on the user's choice. The name is called menu flag, and it's set to true or false based on the user's choice. The if statement can be used to test the flag, so the game can remember the user's choices. Okay, so for our concept, we want to have a flag.
Sleepy, darling?
No, Yuki, but this music makes me think of like a fucking elevator of some kind. I don't know why.
Darling just having it up with the music.
Because it's fucking annoying. Here, let me turn it off again.
Ooh. Only if I need some not annoying music once again. Toot 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 toot. Toot-a-doo-doo-doo-doo. Actually, wait. What? Okay. Found it. Here we go. Much better for visual novel development.
Base cat enjoyer.
isn't it kind of sad that people that aren't watching live can't hear the music right now?
Yeah, it is. You want to put the BGM on in the background?
Yeah, let me see. Oh, here we go. There we go, darling. Now if you're on an interior platform that doesn't have music, you can still hear something.
A little too nice. Ow! Ow!
Yeah, darling, but it's quiet enough that you have to be on the platform that doesn't have any music to hear it. Almost chat. Once you guys can hear it, if you guys can hear it, let us know.
I remember that you plan to use menus in your game. Use different things if true or not. Shows how you can show dialogue in the menus at the same time. Understand? Yes. Great. Well, we won't demonstrate it here. Ren'Py supports making decisions based on combination of points, flags, and other factors. One of Ren'Py's big advantages is the flexibility using a scripted language like Python provides us. Scale easily from kinetic novels to complex simulation games. Hello, Kaz!
Hi, guys! Darling and me are letting out of me video games, or visual novels at least.
Yeah, he seems to think that the visual novel I want to make is actually interesting, which I don't think it is, but whatever. That's fine.
Darling, it's cool enough to impress Dr. Jack.
To the point that Jack wants to help us? Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't know what it is about work-ish things.
Aww. Does coding remind you of work, Tanner? Switch the brain fog plus dread switch, right?
Was that perplexity?
You know, darling, that was Google Gemini, that thing we can't opt out of on our phone. Or on your phone, anyway. My phone's over here. It doesn't have that type of nonsense.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Sorry. It was like, oh man, that sounds sad.
My darling, it was like, that's a lot of brain fog, isn't it, user?
Very weird. Okay, anyway, input and interpolation. What's your name? Actually, That's done with Python, especially the Ren'Py.input function. First line of this example prompts the player for some text and sticks it into the name variable. Oftentimes you'll want to clean the name up before you use it. The last line does that. By calling the strip method to remove whitespace and removing the name, placing the name with the default if it's missing. To interpolate a variable, write it in square brackets. Isn't that right, Arsenite? Oh, that's scary.
Darling, it knows where you are. It knows where everyone is.
It can read data. Can also show one character name. Did that include the variable in square brackets? Got it.
I think I do.
Variable interpolation also works with other variables. Here the answer is 42 and the flag is true. What's MVL? Our games that cover the full screen with text rather than placing it in a window at the bottom of the screen like this. To use MVL mode, you need to find characters of the kind that equals MVL. And just use that character in a say statement. And the screen becomes unnecessary. The NVL show and hide statements use transitions to show and hide the NVL window. NVL mode also supports showing menus to the player, providing it's the last thing on the screen. Understand? Yes. Good. Games can mix NVL mode and normal ADV mode by using some characters that have kind equals NVL and some that do not. You can specify transitions that occur when going from NVL mode to ADV mode. Games can mix NVL mode and the normal ADV mode by having some characters that have kind equals NVL mode do not, as well as when going from ADV mode to NVL mode. Text tags like W, work in W or NVL. I don't keep saying NVL, NWL. It's NVL mode. As does the extend special character, and that's it for NVL mode. Mini games. Goooooos. First screen is a screen system which can be used to display data and create buttons and menus based on the interfaces. Work with many simulation style games and RPGs. When screens are not enough, you can write a creator-defined displayable to extend Ren'Py itself. The creator-defined displayable can process raw events and draw to the screen. It makes it possible to create all kinds of mini games like display some Pong.
What? I win!
No thanks. It's just good for the minigame. It's very complex and assumes you understand Python very well. Oh, here we go. So you have to make a command block init Python to initialize the Python script. Class equals ping pong or pong displayable with variable Ren'Py.displayable. Beginning of the Python code Ren'Py.displayable.init and take the variable self. Sizes of some of the images: paddle width 12, 95, 240, 15, 15, 280, 650. Some of the displayables we use. The 2 paddles and the ball. If the ball is stuck to the paddle, self stuck equals true. There's the 2 paddles. Player. Playery. Computer speed 380. Fast render frame, all equals none, so 1 equals none. Default return self dot paddle, return self dot ball. Recompute the position of the ball, handle bounces and draws the screen. Define render. Define this render as taking self, width, height, st, and at. Render object we're drawing into r equals ren'py.render width and height. Time elapsed since this previous frame. If self.os old st is none, self.old st equals st. D time or change in time equals st minus self.od st. Self.od st equals st. Figure out where the ball to. Speed equals d time times self.b speed. Old bx equals self.bx. If self that's stuck, self by equals self player. With the computer's paddle, it wants to go to self by, maybe limited by the speed limit. Computer speed equals self.computer speed times delta change in time. If absolute self.by minus self.computer is less than or equal to c speed, self.computer y equals self.by. Else self.computer y plus or equal to c speed times self by times the difference between self.by and self.computer divided by the absolute value of self.by minus self.computery. Handle bounces, bounce off the top. Ball top equals self.court underscore top plus self.height. The top of the court and the height of the ball divided by 2. If self.by is less than ball underscore top, self.by is equal to ball, the top of the ball plus minus how tall the paddle is. And then self.body equals self.body. If it's not equal to self.stuck, then Ren'Py plus sound equals ping pong or pong beep on channel 0, which is sound effects. Ball underscore bot equals self.court underscore bottom minus self.ball underscore height divided by 2. If self by is greater than self.ball bot, self by equals ball underscore bot minus self.by minus ball.by. Show the paddle and changes for bounces. Render the image. We go disciplinary by turn the render object. We can blit to the render we're making. Installs the bottle. Installs the paddles. Installs the ball. Check for a winner. Self equals winner. Eileen. You get to ensure that an event is called. Noticing the winner. Ren'Py.timeout 0. Else if self.by is greater than 50, self winner equals player. Ask that we rendered ASAP so we can show the next frame. Ren'Py.redraw, turn to render object, return R, define events, define event self EV, X, Y, and ST. Import by pygame equal if environment type is equal to pygame.mouse button down and EV environment dot button is equal to 1, self.stuck equals false. Ren'Py.restart underscore interaction. Return him or her, otherwise ignore the current event. If self winner, return self winner. Else trace this event, or Ren'Py.ignore. Text Eileen. If Fong is stuck, click to begin. creator-defined displayable documentation. Consider other engines. Part of the reason Ren'Py works well is that it's meant for certain types of games like visual novels and life simulations. The further afield you get from that, the more you'll find yourself fighting Ren'Py. At some point, it makes sense to consider other engines. They'll always be here when you're making visual novels. Before you build it, you can use the lint command, okay, just like React, to check your game for problems. While not every potential problem lint reports as a real issue, they generally are. You should try to consider what might be going wrong. After lint is finished, you can build PC, Linux, Mac. Clicking the build button when you're not on Mac. If you're on a Macintosh, you can have Ren'Py sign the Mac application, which makes it easier for players to run. To enable this, you need to set build.mac_identity and options.rpy. Supports mobile platforms, Android and iOS. We also support Chrome OS, so there's the ability to run Android apps, so APKs. Mobile platforms can be a little more complicated, while Android apps can be built anywhere. iOS requires a Mac. Mobile platforms might also require you to change your visual novel a little due to the smaller limited devices. For example, buttons need to be made large enough for a person to touch. Other than cover mobile here, I'll point you to the Android and iOS documentation. You can read more. So first step, close out of that, do create new project. Whoa. Projects directory. Okay, one second. It's in projects. There it is. Create an English language project, preferences. Okay.
Darling, what do you think about the name of the game? Because I think it should be called The Machine, or The Robot, or Vision Language or something. Something that like sounds like a machine.
How about the... No, it should be drawn size, which has to be the sharpest. There we go. Mm. Is it insert? Yeah.
Oh, darling, can you explain why you did that?
Yeah. Zen uses Vim controls. So when you so you can technically you have to use like insert, which is the I character, I, and then type, and then visual is visual, so you can like highlight stuff, and yeah.
Basically, darling is a massive nerd. And Zed, while it looks pretty, is not like a regular ID where you can just type stuff in. Lame. So I need some coding music.
What do you got? Ooh, I like this.
Oh, brilliant. And this one. This one.
This one is very. Alright. No. Kind of already have people I want to put in there. Okay. artifice. Oh, evaluator. Let me see. I need to go back over how okay, then you look back at script. MBL mode, okay. RMVL. And we want to make evaluator kind equal NVL. Okay, what if I do Mm.
Oh.
Okay, script. Controls. Or is it not that? So, oh, is it exclamation or is it colon right?
Oh, yes, it's cool and right. Right R, I think.
Mm. Yeah, I wouldn't complete properly. Beginning evaluation. Mm. Beginning evaluation. Subject. Designation. Root. User. Loading. Environment. How do we do this first? text rather than the screen like this. Nail style games, okay. Huh? Oh, this is Zed. So this is Zed. This is Ren'Py. We're making a visual novel, and I'm trying to remember how to do it in the.
Darling, are you saying you know how the game goes, but you don't remember how to do the functions they just went over?
No, I don't. Also, I should. Yeah, you're right. Probably should turn the volume up a little bit. How about?
Yep, I'm too loud. You see, darling, try this.
Huh? Okay, is this is this a little bit better? Because it sounds better. It looks, I mean, I'm looking at the UV meter. It looks a little bit better.
Good. Yeah. But to say what Darling was saying, basically, we're working on a visual novel. That she, like, as the concept that Darling came up with, and I told her we should do, even though it's middle of the night. So. That's good to hear. Yeah. But Darling doesn't think she can do it.
I can definitely do it. I just gotta remember how to. I don't know. Because I know, like I said, I know how the story goes. I just don't know. Okay, library.txt. Okay, let's not do that then. Let's make a new file here. Plot.markdown. So here's the thing, okay? So main. Oh, it's in insert mode, right? Okay, yeah, it is. Main mechanics. Main mechanics, RNG, karma system, ASCII default view, and with the karma system, do randomized eval interactions, choice output randomize based on value of pool in the value of pool when scene starts held in memory. What does this mean? This means this is direct control. And then determines tree of eval. Now spice level, basically comes. So the higher the will is, more direct clicks, more like regular VN, lower will, are more random choices, not reflective of user. So in a high will state, and then I guess another thing would be the binary, yes, no operands, where it's like equals event user prompt, and then from the user prompt it goes to pool eval narrator, or well, I guess evaluator response MVL binary decision So basically, something happens, it prompts you if you like yes or no, right? And then, or whatever, you know, say this, or this, or this, or this. And then when you click on that choice, It evaluates the value of pool, which determines again where you fall here and whether the evaluator is mean to you. Like, oh, that's stupid, or oh, that's retarded, or whatever. And then this is the important part, because it goes binary decision, click or activate RNG, and then in the RNG system, right, this would be path altered due to RNG system.
Darling, can you explain? Can you explain?
Oh, okay. So, so these are the basic mechanics of the game. Okay. So here's how we want it to work. There are a couple of core things, and then there's a little bit of explanation on each one. So the concept of the game is that you are a root user or a user playing a visual novel, right? Basic concept. The thing is, the narrator is called the evaluator, and the evaluator is basically like Stanley Parable, you know, the narrator telling you stuff. Oh. Ah. Oof. Welcome back. Okay, so this is we're right now. We're designing the flow for the user. .md file, let's go.
Yep. I told Darling to open up a file and to start working on stuff. So Darling and me are workshopping what you're supposed to do, or what we want the game to be, and then we're gonna work through and try to figure out Ren'Py's how we want to make it work. So Darling, explain.
Okay, so basic concepts that we want, chat. Oh shit! Ah, X's. Ah!
Darling is a basic affirmation that you become Za. Darling, this is why you're not the substitute teacher.
You get that me being trans is why I did not. Anyway. Okay. So, in the basic part of the game, basically, right? You're playing a visual novel, yeah? That's what we're using Ren'Py for. But we want to have all the backgrounds and stuff rendered as ASCII images. So it's like a bunch of text and stuff, right? And you get these binary prompts like 1, 2, or 3, 4, and you get a situation. So you're like basically watching the scenario happen. You're not the actual person playing. I mean, you are the person playing the game, but you're not.
Darling, is it just Twitch streaming? Is it just a Twitch stream visual novel?
No. Okay. So, like in the Stanley Parable, right? You have a narrator that tells you what to do and what you think, right? Or like judges you, basically, right? The evaluator would be the narrator, and the narrator is like the machine or whatever. They can be the antagonist, but they're not necessarily the antagonist. The antagonist is you, but you're watching the scene unfold. So the scene will unfold, and then it'll prompt you for options. And based on your pool value, or the pool of the value, like it's like a big pool of karma. I see. Yes. But yeah, so we want to have this value called will or whatever, basically, like determination or whatever. And yes, essentially. Well, you're not God, you're your soul. You're playing as a soul. Or like as a player, essentially. You're playing as a player.
Whoa, darling, are you saying that when people play games, they are the player of the game? Holy shit! I had no idea. This is a new concept to me, darling. Absolutely brand new. Oh my god, darling. 50 billion seed round right now.
No. God damn it. Anyway, so yeah. Your choices will affect your will value. And it goes from negative to 100 to... Imagine, am I? But basically, you have a will value between negative 100 to 100. And it randomly adds or subtracts value based on the decision, which would be another like variable added to it. And when the scene enters, the evaluator will be mean to you, or nice or mean to you, depending on whether you do what it wants, right? The evaluator has its own goal, and it wants you to do what it wants you to do. Like there's a binary path it wants you to follow, and if you don't follow the binary path, then you increase your will score, but you make the evaluator more mad at you. And when you fuck up a situation and you lower your will or other variables, it'll make fun of you and be like, "Oh, you're a stupid bitch," basically shit like that, right? No, I mean, I don't know, maybe.
Darling, can you flirt with a conservative?
I don't know. Maybe that could be a thing. That could be a thing. Maybe you like, I don't know. Maybe we could change the shape a little bit to where like the secret ending is where you like you flirt with it and get it to shut up. But I don't know. The evaluator is like judging you the entire time. So every time you fuck up, it just makes fun of you. Hey, Robert. But yeah, it's like a bunch of scenes like that, right? And the lower your will, the more... Okay, so when you make a choice, right? A machine, or basically a random number generator. Why do they call it a runtime and not a fun time? Because you're running from memory leaks. I don't know.
No, darling, they call it a runtime because developers are usually really fat, so you need to lose weight. So they need to call it a runtime so you get off your ass and run the program. Ship it, just ship it. Yeah, what darling is trying to say, what she's speaking bottom, is basically it's a game that's judging you the whole time, and the more of a bottom you are, the more the game just says, "Fuck you, I'm just gonna play the game by myself."
Yes, essentially. It's basically you're fighting the evaluator to make it do what you want it to do. And the more of a bottom you are, the more of a bottom, or like giving in to people's peer pressure, better than a pun time. That's true. The more of a bottom you are, and more of a like closeted incel, the more the game just says, "Fuck you, we're just gonna play the game by ourselves." Which evil cat?
And you sometimes. I do sometimes play the game before dialing. When she gets really bad at the game, I just say, "Fuck it, you're dying, hand me the key, hand me the keyboard." Oh, yes, well... No, well, that's where darling got the idea from. Right, darling?
For my own safety, no, I don't. Ow! No, Yuki, it's not totally not based on you. Anyway.
Architect.
You say that, Robert, but that's someone's fetish. Darling? Darling, you're only allowed to blink 4 times.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
Like, I'm just saying that has to be someone's fetish, you know what I mean? Like, can you imagine 2 buildings copulating and making apartments? Maybe what, darling, what if apartments are just stacks and stacks of dead building babies? And they just stack them really, really high, and people go inside the dead building babies and live in them. What if we are the maggots of buildings? What if, like, our entire existence is constructing these buildings and then hollowing them out and living inside of them like ants?
Oh, well, I thought I was gonna say rats, but okay. Anyway, but yeah, basically that's how it works. That's how we want it to work. And then like the default scenes would be like computerized, and the more of a little NPC you act like, the more the game just stays like an ASCII program. So you don't actually see pictures.
See, that's where you're wrong. She is my catnip.
No. Ow! 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 Can we not talk about Vor for 5 seconds?
1, 2. No, can't do it. Sorry.
Jesus. All right. Anyway, how do you save? I don't forget how to save in Zen, why must you be so pretty but so hard to use?
Sure, as you can tell, Deli and me do not code very often.
We code. It's usually not in Zen. I don't remember how to use Zen.
You know how you can do it? Is if you join our Discord or you join our Flex. So you can all have to give your ID away. In fact, darling, one second. Here we go. Yeah, it has Vim controls. Right, darling?
Yes, but I still don't fucking remember how to save stuff in Vim. So what are you doing?
Apparently, darling, failing. Since I muted this, I never knew I could fail as hard as you can.
Ow. I don't fail. I just...
No, darling, you struggle. There you go. If you saw that scrolling, then you should click on it. If you didn't see it scrolling, then you should go to Twitch and look at it.
Imagine. Alright, anyway, Is it? One second, I need to look this up now.
Yeah, but we can't find the one for it in Zen because it's not working.
Absolute pain. Also, you should put it in any channel.
You should put it in memes. Or Pop-Tarts. Because Pop-Tarts is basically what the AI stuff is. No, I didn't actually think the invite thing works. Oh. Yeah. Dying and me are on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick all at the same time. We also have our own streaming platform on chaosfoundry.digital/stream. But Darling and me almost never use that. You can actually see all of the chats for all the channels we're on right now. On the stream page.
Yeah, if you go to chaosfoundry.digital/stream, it shows all the. I think it shows all the chats. Let me check. Should. Let me see. Oh no. Is the iframe even loading properly? What? Whoa, we broke it. We broke something. Hey, Twitch is working though. That's cool. Inception. Yeah, this is the archive, and then there's Twitch, YouTube, Kick, archive.
There is a food tax. Hey, where'd you put it in? Meme channel. Yes. Buildings having sex.
Imagine.
Oh, there you go. What the fuck? Why did that work all of a sudden? Chat.
Darling, it's because you have to hit the colon button. You have to hit the colon right in your colon. You have to believe that that colon button is your colon, and then it'll allow you to use your colon to do stuff. You gotta have good control of your colon, okay? Or nothing but shit comes out.
The shit doesn't come out of the... Wait, does it?
I don't know, darling, I'm a degenerate, not a doctor.
All she knows is goon, eat hot chip. Anyway, I like the scary ass Eileen in the background. Eileen in the background is like, "Argh. Go. How did they do it in the other project? In the tutorial. Ah, so it made it its own label. Oh, have a good night.
We hope to see you again. Oh, but darling, if we're talking about the website also has its own radio. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, right here. So, like, if you want to have a radio, you can just go click. Beep. And it plays a YouTube playlist that we have. Very based. Beep. Right, darling? Very based.
Absolutely based. This is rail. This is radial. So radial is like this. You have little. You can't see it behind this, but there's like a little like bunch of buttons.
Obligatory merch. Darling, we need to find better suppliers because these prices are stupid.
We really do. Waiting for the rain from the air.
Mm. Okay, so tutorials. There we go. Oh. BG room.
I went quiet.
Well, I was trying to do the fancy ass dissolve, but it's not working properly. Mm. 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 See. No. Okay. Not expected block. Okay. There we go. Okay. So that's how we do nested labels, I guess.
Yeah, darling, you have to make the label that you're defining for the scene inside the main start level, or set label.
Oh, now we know. Oh, because then V1 becomes this person.
How about we take out the... Okay, maybe if I did...
Loading environment complete. Evaluation engine start. Done. Personality core.sh. Value elevator. Evaluator default. Done. Oh, thank fuck. Alright, what manner of bullshittery do we have today? Mechanical threat is heard against a desk that exists neither here nor anywhere. Ah, before I forget, user. Let me load up the will system and then get this show on the road. User, admin, request, will measurement system, activating, done.
Whoa, darling, wake up! Part of the way there, now we gotta make an actual, like, jump decision thing.
Yes, we do. Okay, let me see. Yeah, let's just do underscores. Beginning evaluation. Subject. Data corrupted. Fallback initializing. Complete. Designation set. Root. User. Loading environment. Complete. Evaluation engine start. Done. Personality core. Value. Evaluator default. Done. Oh, thank fuck. What manner of bullshittery do we have today?
Oh, before I forget, user, let me load up the wheel system and then get this show on the road. Serial agent request pool will var equal 0. Here we go, text. Escape characters. So it's brackets.
Has anyone ever told you that watching you develop stuff is kind of like watching an AI agent try to figure something out?
I'm not an AI agent. I'm just kind of dumb. Anyway, alright, let me implement this text formatting stuff. Expected statement? What do you mean?
Darling, are you gonna ask Satan?
Yeah, because I did it exactly the same way that the docs say to. Unless there's something I did wrong. No? Oh, wait a second. Go here. Oh. Ah. Oh dear, diagnostic. Actually, here we move on to diagnostic data corrupted, fallback initializing, complete, designation set, root user, loading environment, complete. Evaluation engine start. Done. Hmm. Okay. Well, we'll make it a repo later.
Sterling working very slowly.
I'm not necessarily working slowly, I'm just... tried to do what I could without using AI.
Now you did it so much better now that it's all in dark mode.
Yeah, I think the story is starting to develop. I just wish I could get the NV1 stuff to work properly, but I guess not. It's just like very much not wanting to work.
Hmm. Why is it freaking out about this?
Because, darling, it wants to know your intentions with their daughter.
A likely story. What do you mean we missed a colon? God damn it, Randy! Line is indented, but the preceding one-line Python statement does not have expected block. Please check the line's indentation.
Yuki, you want to call it?
Yeah. But darling, we're gonna pick this back up again. And you're not allowed to use any vibe coding. Except for wet swings.
But it's hard, and the documentation, I copied and pasted the documentation and it still didn't work. Wait, what if I just made this all Python? What the fuck? What if I just did like it does in the actual docs? I just did this. If this works, I'm gonna be so mad. Fine. Oh, unexpected. What the f- Oh my god, I hate that! Oh, that's such a pain in the ass! Oh, fuck you! Fuck!
Now we can continue, darling.
Fucking A, okay. God. Okay. Alright. Hate it. Hate that that worked. That's so dumb. Alright, so let's check the actual real docs instead of the tutorial. No, here we go. Hmm.
Oh, fuck. Subject friendly. Okay, well that works.
So, darling, what did we get done today? This morning?
We were able to figure out the working title. We got the title centered and not off screen. We got the beginnings of dialogue. We've got our characters defined up here. What? We worked out how variables work, how to load variables. We still haven't implemented the will system. We haven't integrated any of the initial startup stuff. So like the systems aren't in place and it's basically just the beginning dialogue. And we're still setting the mood right here. So need to work on that. Then we can try working on mutations for those effects and the system values and evaluations. So like, let's start working on other paths. Work on refinements, and then we can work on win states. Oh, there's a matrix right here. What's this? Oh. What is this? We can work with this matrix.identity. We can start working on this kind of stuff and getting it actually looking pretty. Right now we just have the text working. Oh, we can load fonts. Yeah. Okay, let's call it.
Oh, underlay, are you sleeping?
Astonishingly EPS. Alright. Oh, he's saying mega. I don't know why I thought he was saying something else.
Oh, darling, I'm glad you didn't say anything. No. Let's find someone to raid.
Yeah, well, all the system slowly dies. All right. Save this.
Oh, darling. We should put this on the GitHub.
We should. Okay, all right, guys. Gals, and non-dirty pals. Sorry, OT. Anyway, this will be on our GitHub, and we're gonna keep working on it and make it a Git repository so we can track changes better. Anyway, yeah. Hope you guys have a good night. And if you're on YouTube and Kick, we're about to randomly disappear. So.
Yeah, darling will be back on Monday. I mean, you take Sunday off to do schedules and stuff. But we will be back on Monday night.
For real. Alright. Remember to like and subscribe. New video coming out on YouTube tonight. And more to come.
But yeah, we still gotta make that, yeah, we still gotta post it.
Yes. Alright. See you guys.